Okay, we're going to put in a garbage disposal. Once you get your new sink in place, put our disposal in. And of course, now we need some what's called plumber's putty. Here we go. Plumber's putty. And it's an oil-based product, so you can clean up with mineral spirits, paint thinner, what else? Whatever. Anything has to do with oil. Okay, now we've got our first ring, the ring that's got the name. And of course, the thing that I always do wrong is I always put these somewhere besides the right place. So I know you'll be a little bit more careful about getting the name in there straight. You just make a mess around your ring. You can't overdo it. As a matter of fact, you should try to overdo it and put more than you actually need, because it's all going to squash out anyway. Just squash it on there best you can, just like glazing a window. And like I said, get your name in there right. Set it in a hole, and with both hands now start scooting it back and forth. Don't turn it. Just move it back and forth until you think it's not going to move anymore. And don't touch anything. Now what you want to do is put the disposal on top of this. Just set it there, just to kind of keep it from pushing up as we're putting the bottom on. What that does, it just holds down the sink part, because I'm going to show you that we have to be able to put a spring on there. Now there's this cardboard gasket that goes on first, and then your mounting plate goes on there. So this cardboard gasket goes on, and then this goes on under it. These screws right here, this mounting plate goes on there like that. This is the bottom piece. This is your second piece. These go over the screws. This is your gasket. And this spring I'm talking about is the last thing that goes on. That's why we need that disposal holding that thing down. Okay. Okay, then your mounting plate. Push it up as best you can, but hang on to it. Okay, that goes on there like that. Okay, and this is where the spring goes on. This is pretty darn tough to put on if you didn't have that somebody holding the top part down. Okay, now you let that drop, and then you tighten these up, but don't use a screw gun. You'll end up tin canning your sink. Most of the time it'll come back out, but if you overdo it, sometimes it won't. And then tighten these up. Just a couple of fingers, then call it good. Now when you put you could just buy these pigtails over at one of the local hardware stores. Anyway, put your strain relief on there, run it through, and there's it's going to be kind of hard to see, but one wire on this thing, on this pigtail, has ribs And hopefully you can see this is the one. It's got the ribs on there. The other side is free. It's smooth side. Okay, the rib side is always the white. So take your rib side, go in there, hook it to your white wire. Alright. And then you've got a green wire. You want to hook it to a ground. There's a screw on this garbage disposal. That's for your green ground wire. And of course your smooth lead is for your black. And you want to push all of them down there. I gotta fix that ground wire there, but anyway, and then there's a cover that goes on here. Okay, now I got the ground wire fixed, attached. Shove everything in there. Well, before you do that, you want to pull on these, kind of a gentle hard pull, just to make sure you've got it wired up really well. If you don't, it'll pull off. And then just as soon as, oh, here it is. And then your mounting plate goes on. And just to snug tight, and that's it. Alright, let's stick her on. Okay, now that you've got your dishwasher off this thing, you can just kind of push this stuff off. And of course now you've got a good seal. And then just put this back in your bucket. And you got it for next time. This is one of those quarter turn screws. So there's the bottom part, you can see how it leads up. So we have to hook that hanger on that upper hanger, whatever the heck you want to call it. Okay, you see we got this thing hooked on. I started right there and now we're about halfway. You just stick a screwdriver or something in there and pull it up tight until it stops. It's got a dead stop there, so it'll let's see, it can go a little bit more, but first I got to turn this thing around. See, getting all the pieces hooked up. It's a P-trap, and then of course here's our extension arm for the other one. So I just about got this side hooked up.